I'm growing some lovely sand spurs here. If you don't know what these are, gorgeous teddy bear sunflowers. It's very sad. We're 4 days past about 4 days past the last day that they should have hatched. But the plan is for them not to stay. There's a sound in this one too. It's like it's tapping back. Hey y'all, Amy here. Welcome back to the farm. Today we're going to do a little bit of a garden tour. It's not going to be a lot. It's not what this whole thing is going to be about, because I'm also going to talk about peacock eggs and I'm going to talk about duck eggs. If you have forgotten, I have Pickles, the banny hen, setting on 4 duck eggs, and they are due to hatch in 3 days. So we're going to check on those also, but we're going to do a little bit of a garden tour thing first of all. Okay, I'm over here by the barn area, and this is where I have my cucumbers. Now, I've been calling these English cucumbers because that's what they're like. They're like English cucumbers, but I had a friend reach out and ask for the specific type. So I went back and I got my seed packet. Well, they're Japanese cucumbers. I can't pronounce it. I'm going to put the name here. Okay, I got them from Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds, and I just want to show y'all. I'm going to turn you around. I had 3 plants here. Yeah, just 3, y'all. And this is what it did. I'm going to show you how big these things get. Okay, I'm going to try to show you how big these Japanese cucumbers get. They're like English cucumbers, okay? They're the long, skinny ones. So it's still like this one's okay. I'm gonna pull this one because it's a little overripe. It's starting to get a little yellow, but that's it. It's like let's see if I can back you up enough. Bigger than my farm. Can you tell? It's huge. Okay, and this isn't even one of the biggest ones. We're gonna take this and we're gonna throw this to the chickens because it's starting to turn a little yellow, and the chickens love them. So we're gonna throw this in here real quick, and then I think it's time for food. They'll come pick that in a second. Where are y'all? Come ahead. I say thank you very much. Okay, now as for the other 2 beds that I have over here, these are the 3. 1, 2, 3. This bed, I have half of it is zinnias. The other half is sand spurs. I'm growing some lovely sand spurs here. If you don't know what these are, okay, these are weeds that produce these very, very sharp, needle-tipped, okay, see all the spikes on that? Seeds that impale you and then get carried around with you. So the crop of these is doing fantastic. By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, that's me being sarcastic, and no, I'm not growing these on purpose. And then in this other bed, I have the last few carrots intermingled with this grass. I don't know what that is. It's grass of some kind. It's not sand spurs though. The sand spurs I'm only growing in the first planter, not the second one. Okay, let's go out here and I'll show you a little bit of what I have out here, and then we'll go do the other stuff. Look y'all, that's water. It's water. It rained. It rained so much, but because we haven't had rain in a long time, it's not holding everywhere like it usually does. I mean, you can kind of see the ground's wet there, but it's not holding like it usually does because this ground was so thirsty. This grass is going to appreciate it so much. Okay, so out here is all this. Now, my zinnias here are falling over because the ground got wet, super wet with the rain, and they're just falling over, but you know, it is what it is. I picked beans today. Is the bird on the nest? No. Is she? No. Okay. That's a bird's nest up there. Okay. let's walk through here, take a little looky-see at all the beautifulness. Okay, all my zinnias. And then this is these. Here, let me do it this way. Okay, I zoomed you out a little bit so that I can point better. So all these arches, uh-oh, can you hear that thunder? Man, I'm gonna run out of time again. These afternoon thunderstorms, they're fantastic, but they're bothersome too. Okay, all these are Blue Lake pole beans that I planted in all these trellises. Let me turn you around here and show you. They're all doing so great. They really needed this rain too, but the amount of blooms I still have on this thing. I put up the first batch of beans this afternoon from this first picking that I did today. I do a blanch and freeze. That way it gives me beans that are still, like, they still have a crispness to them, a fresh taste all year long. I really like to do it that way. Okay, let's turn around here. So in my short video, if you saw, my dill came back to life after being almost completely dead. Can't believe it. But my cucumbers are done, so I don't really need the dill. So the dill is now a home for these guys. Let me show you. These little caterpillars, look at all of them. They love it so much. They're everywhere, all over this thing. So the dill, hello, where are you? There we go. Have become, you know, a food source for all the little caterpillars. All right, my basil here all went to flower. My cucumbers are all done. These are gonna be pulled out and they're gonna be all pulled out. And I don't know if I'm gonna put anything else in here or not. There's a few big ones that I didn't get to that I kind of just left because I couldn't. I had so many. I just didn't pick the last few. But I might put something else here. If I put something else here, I don't know what it's gonna be. Any suggestions for here when I pull out these cucumbers? It's kind of hard when it gets super hot here in Florida to grow anything at this particular time because it just gets too hot. But y'all, look at all these gorgeous teddy bear sunflowers. Oh my goodness. I'm just loving these so much. They're so pretty. And then these were supposed to be also the teddy bears, but they're not, and that's okay. They're still gorgeous. So I will be cutting heads and drying them and saving so much seed this year. Now this side over here, all of these sunflowers are like these pretty ones. So I'm gonna be saving all the heads and stuff for seed, and I'm just gonna save them to reseed even more next year. That's my goal, my plan with these. There's more teddy bear sunflowers over here on this side. Now my squash here is getting pretty close to being done. I also said that in my last video. Like, there's little bits that are still producing here and there. Let me see. See, here's some. That one needs to be picked. It gets really hot and then they don't do as well later in the season. There was a few in here. I saw a few. Oh, there's one. There's one here that needs to be picked. But for the most part, they just, you know, they start looking like this, getting done and calling it quits. There's a few more zucchini in here. This one's about ready to pick here. I'll get those picked later. And then my sunflowers here, my mammoth sunflowers, almost all of them have bloomed. And I am going to be cutting heads on these. Go around here. Because I want to save seed. Did you see my short video where I showed you how big these things are? They're massive. This isn't the biggest one. The biggest head is over here. It's that one up there. But they are all so cool, so beautiful. And so over here is all my okra. It needs to be weeded really bad. And one of you mentioned that it should be thinned. I mean, it looks like it needs to be thinned out, but honestly, they're actually not, they're just bushy. They're spaced fairly well. I don't know if you could tell. Here's one, here's one, here's one. I don't know. I spaced them out. I did it one little seed at a time. I think they just look bushy. But anyway, they will get weeded out. And so I have a little scarecrow that the kids put out here. So she's in rough shape after all this. I think she's lost most of her hair. Oh, she's lost all her hair. That was the last bit. Okay, she still has her arm. There's an arm. Okay, this is kind of keeping the deer from eating my okra out here. This is Janet, by the way. The kids have named her Janet. She had 2 pigtails, which are now gone, but that's okay. So far, she's done a decent job of keeping the deer from eating my okra, so that's good. Oh, yay. Okay, you see this? Sand spurs I was telling you about? How did I get some here? I don't know. But they grab you. Ouch! Ouch! And they just like go with you. I don't know how I got them there. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, moving on. This is a tiny little Everglades tomato plant here. It's got tomatoes on it. The Everglades tomato plants, I kind of just let them go wild and they just kind of do their thing. These are some of my dark sunflowers here. Can you see that it rained? They're still wet. Those are pretty. Okay, and then I've got more sunflowers here. Beautiful, beautiful. And this whole middle row here is all my peppers. Some of them are doing great, some of them are not. We're gonna talk about that in just a second. Let's go over the tomatoes here first real quick. This whole massive bit here is one Everglades tomato plant. And it produces and produces. I gotta eat this real quick. It does an amazing job. They get so big. And then I have my paste tomatoes. I have picked multiples from here already. Surprisingly, all these Roma tomatoes, they are just piddly little things. And can you see here, like this, tomato hornworms. I'm gonna have to come out here and find them. And then I use a diatomaceous earth that I powder. It just rained, it washed it off. But I powder all of these tomatoes with them, and it kind of helps prevent like the leaf leg bugs and things from destroying them. And then when they get just a little bit redder than this here, I'll go ahead and I'll pick them and I'll put them on my kitchen windowsill just to try to save them as best I can, because the bugs, they're bad. Oh, hi, that's a little honeybee. Hello, beautiful. Okay, and then here, these were all, I started these from seed. These were all the watermelon beefsteak tomatoes. That one was the biggest one yet. But this one here, this first one, is obviously not a watermelon beefsteak tomato. So I don't know what that is. So seed from something else got mixed in with my other seed. That's okay though, I don't mind. I'll eat whatever it is. As long as I get tomatoes, I don't even care. And then my black Cherokee that was supposed to be a slicing tomato that I got from a box store. These 2 plants, yeah, they're the black Cherokee cherry tomatoes. So that's okay though. That's all right, they're still good. And lastly, on the other side is my peppers. So some of the plants are struggling a little bit. Some of the plants are not. They don't, like when I get down here, there's some bug damage obviously, but they're producing, you know, they're doing pretty good. They're small, but they're still, like, the peppers, a lot of peppers, lots and lots of peppers. So this one is a lemon jalapeno here, and then they are just, you know, they're filled with peppers. These are some bell peppers here, here, waiting for those to turn. And let's see, step over here. This one, this is not a bell pepper. This is one of those roasting peppers. I can't remember exactly what the name is. I'll put it here on the screen. But that's what this one is. So some of the plants are doing kind of pathetic, and some of the plants are thriving. So this one, I don't know what this one is. Actually, I didn't plant anything like this at all. So I don't know what these are. We will see. It looks like a cayenne pepper. It looks like a purple cayenne pepper, perhaps, but they're bigger around than I would have expected. And I don't recall putting them here. This is your typical cayenne pepper. So this is what I would expect. And they grow down in this way. These are growing up with more like a Tabasco pepper, but they're way bigger than my Tabasco peppers usually are, and they have a purple tint to them. So I don't know. The flowers also, they came from flowers that are purplish. Can you see that? I have no idea, y'all. I don't know, but we're gonna try them and we're gonna see what we get. Now, as far as my corn harvest goes, we harvested. I got one harvest from the corn. I did not get as much as I would have liked to get. Over here, this whole blank space that's been mowed down, that's where they were. And the bugs were not too bad at all, but the amount that was produced was not as much as I would have liked, because it was just so hot and dry. Extreme heat early on and so dry. Like a sprinkler can only do so much. Now we're gonna go over here. We're gonna take a peek at Daphne. I really gotta get her off the nest, because here's the deal with that. Alrighty, I came over here where there's shade. So there are no baby peacocks. It's very sad. We're about 4 days past the last day that they should have hatched. No babies. So the next time I see her off the nest, I'm gonna go get them and take them away. And maybe next time. Maybe next time. However, Moses, there you are again, rubbing on the camera stand. However, there should be baby ducks in just a couple of days. So on Monday, the 16th, is the day that the ducklings are supposed to hatch. I candled them right at the beginning, like 5 to 7 days after she'd been setting them. All of them were veining, which means that you could see that they were starting to develop like the blood vessels through it. So they were all fertile and they were all starting to develop. So I fully expect to get some ducklings from her. The last time that she did it, she's hatched duck eggs for me before. The last time she hatched all 4 little baby ducklings. And it was so adorable and so fun. And so we're gonna go over there, we're gonna check on her real quick. She'll come out to eat and we'll look at the eggs. Maybe we'll see if we can hear any quacking inside them. You may be wondering, what am I hatching ducks for if I just got rid of ducks? Well, I'm hatching them just for fun. Just because ducklings are adorable and they're fun to have, and I'm just gonna turn around and like give them away or sell them or something to somebody. They're just for the fun of having some ducklings, that's all. And then once they get a couple days old, they'll move on. But you know, it's just fun. You hear me say that, and I will say though that I'm saying they're moving on, but I have 3 children standing right behind me now who all heard me say that, and they're like, what do you mean they're moving on? What are you talking about? The plan is for them not to stay. But they're adorable little ducklings. Nasty, messy little ducks is what they are at first. But they may stay for a little longer than planned, because these little 3 children like little things like that. So it will be fine. But the plan is for them not to stay. I have her in here, as you know. Do you see this? She's ready for some food. That's corn. That's corn because there was some scratch that got thrown in there, and the corn grew. All right, so we're gonna go in here through the corn to check these eggs. Lacey, get her a little bit more food, baby. I don't want her to come out, even though she's not hard to catch or anything. She's perfectly tame. Pickles. Oh, Pickles. I'm coming in here, Pickles. I'm coming in here. We're gonna check these eggs back here. Okay. I'm coming. Just a minute. Just a minute. You go eat that food. Let me see. Let me see what we have here. Ooh. No pips or anything. I wish I could let you hear this. I don't think you can. I heard something in it. There was a sound in this one. It just sounded like it was moving. There's a sound in this one too. It's like it's tapping back. Like when I make a tapping sound, it's like you could hear it moving and shifting around in there. Not any like a quacking, peeping kind of sound, but those two both have sounds. Let's do this one. This one has a sound. Okay, oh, let me get the last one. Ready? Yep. This one has a sound too. Okay, all four of them made sounds. Now, all four are a mix, like I say all four, obviously all four are a mix of I don't know what, because I have a Pekin Drake and a Welsh Harlequin Drake. Those are boys. And then I have girls that are Welsh Harlequin, Blue Swedish, and Buff. So I don't know what kind of mixture of whatever that's going to come out of this, but they're going to be adorable little ducklings. They're going to stay in here. I'm going to get them like a little water thing to be in. They'll be like, it's safe in here. They can't get out or anything. And so I'm going to let Pickles take care of them. They'll be like, she can get under her and she'll keep them warm and things. She'll be a great mother, even though they're ducklings. And we're going to keep them in here for a couple of days. And my plan, like I said, was keep them in here for a couple of days and then like sell them or rehome them or give them away or something. But yeah, adorable little ducklings. 3 children out there. Wish me luck, y'all. Excuse me. Excuse me. Pickles. Gotta get out of here. Okay. Nope. Nope. No other chickens go in there. No. Alright, so real quick, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you these Broody. Oh, there's a bunch in that corner there, Lace. Hurry up. Pumpernickel's going to set them. These two I'm not using anymore. That was an automatic waterer that quit working. That was a feeder that was a pain. So, those aren't working anymore. But, oh, Mary Poppins. Stop pecking her. No. You take her egg. Don't be mean. So, this one is sourdough and Ivy here. This one's Ivy. She started setting. This is a cream leg bar that doesn't have a name. Winifred there has been setting for a while. Mary Poppins here is being mean about it. And Alice there is all Broody. Lacey just took her eggs. Oh, Alice, it's okay, dear. This little one here we thought for sure was a rooster. I was absolutely positive. This is a Velveeta. See its orange legs. Oop, but it's a hen. I'm surprised. I'm glad. Oh, here it comes again. Hello, dear. Milo. Hi, Milo. How are you, sweet kitty? Hi, sweet boy. So the last thing I'll say is that in goat news, what I'm going to do, what I've decided to do, is just for a couple of weeks, I'm going to put Willow and Mabel, I'll show you them in a second. Over here, that big boy there is Tobias. He's gonna go to my friend Courtney's house with Rocky. And so before he goes though, I'm gonna see if maybe I can use his services a little early. Sometimes the large breeds of goats don't always come into heat in the middle of the super hot summertime. Last year, I did have some that went into heat in July. So this one here, this is my Willow. She wants food. Willow, you messed up your collar here. So Willow here went into heat the end of July, and she gave us Christmas Eve. Well, she would do Christmas Eve. She had them 2 days early, 3 days early, something like that. Christmas babies. Don't want to do that again. Don't want to do that again because things are planned around Christmas time, and it was just stressful to be like, well, maybe we can do Christmas, maybe we can't, maybe we'll have bottle babies, maybe we won't be able to go do things, maybe we'll miss this or that event or different things. So we're not going to do Christmas babies, and that was the end of July, but I'm going to see if I could put her, Willow, and Mabel. There's Mabel, pretty little Mabel, in there. Oh, Duke, he's dancing for the goats. In there with Toby for just a couple of weeks, and we'll see how he does. I'm going to put Rocky probably in a smaller stall for a little while and just do like daytime kind of thing where I put them over for a couple hours a day. I don't know when they're going to come into heat. I'm going to be watching them. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. We'll see if anything happens to see if I can get November babies from these two. Full Nubian, well, Toby's got a little bit of Kiko in him, but mostly Nubian babies from Mabel and Willow. And then it'll be a little while before little man there's ready to do things with these two little ones. Okay, so that's the goat news. That's the latest in the goat world. And I think y'all are all caught up on stuff. I think that's that for today's video. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think of anything else. I think that's it. We got rain. The garden is doing well. It has even finished. Some of it's producing. There's no peacock babies. But there's duck babies coming. So, yay. And I'm sure probably by the time I do my next video, there will be ducklings to show you. So, all right, till next time. Keep on sunny side.